Let's take a look. What is the strongest asset protection available? When I ask that question, usually people say the offshore trust. The racehorse is the tax wrapper. It's for the client who wants absolute, total asset protection, not partial. The trust only gives partial. Offshore trust, mission accomplished, right? Mission accomplished. Client is in his offshore trust. It's not even 50% accomplished. We know that taxation is going to take an absolute minimum of 50%. We haven't even accomplished 50% of our assets protection. There's only two things that matter for total asset protection. We're talking total asset protection. One, protect against creditors. Creditors, you may have creditors, you may not. They may take your money. There's somebody who absolutely will take the hours of your life from you. Well, we have to shift thinking. Mention to your neighbors you set up an offshore trust. They're suspect. Insurance, tell your neighbors you have insurance, and they're going to say you've done exactly what you should do for your family. You bought insurance. So it's very simple. Let's exchange the trust planning platform with an insurance planning platform. How does that work? This is a financial and estate planning strategy. It protects by eliminating creditors. It protects by eliminating taxes. Life insurance has been around for a long, long time. The rules, the regulations, the court, the interpretation, they're all there. We just have to follow what's already there. The government does not want to take care of your widow or widower. They want you to prepare for that eventuality. They encourage insurance. What's the advantage of PPLI, private placement life insurance? It's tax-free. If you've got an insurance policy that's cash value, you know exactly how it works. The cash value grows, not subject to capital gains, not subject to income tax, not subject to estate tax. Domestic insurers, limited investment choice. What happens with domestic insurers? You buy insurance, they make money. They take the money you've put in the insurance, they put it into their proprietary products, they make a second money. Private placement life insurance allows you to buy, or your investment advisor, to buy anything he wants with the cash value. Let's look at the two. In trusts, you get asset protection. What's the business purpose? Should there be a business purpose? The courts say there should. What's the business purpose of asset protection? We know there are very stringent reportings. You've got the TDF, you got the 3520, the 3520A. The government is putting more and more obstructions in the way of offshore trusts. And there's no tax deferral. Let's look at insurance. Asset protection, what's the business purpose? You didn't just take your money and put it into a trust offshore. You took your money and you bought a product for a purpose. The purpose, the business purpose, was to take care of your wife or your husband and your children. Very clear what the business purpose is. And whereas a trust has no tax deferral, insurance, capital gains, gift, income, estate, tax-free. simplified reporting, virtually no reporting, and it's value for value. I've given $1 million, I got $1 million policy. I have bought equal value. I put $1 million in, I got a policy that I bought at arm's length of equivalent value. If it's equivalent value, can you have a fraudulent transfer? We know that the legal environment is changing. We know that there are tons of challenges out to our high net worth investors. Taxes are not going to go lower, not with our deficit, not with our government issues. We know that there can be possible limitations. There could be foreign exchange controls. There can be currency controls. There's a lot of issues out there to our high net worth people. We have to make certain decisions. How are we going to plan their estate? How are we going to plan their asset protection? And how are we going to give them the investment flexibility they want? Offshore PPLI, you've got investment options. You have access to non-US funds, not necessarily dollar denominated. Currency diversification, jurisdiction diversification. The accounts can be managed by any advisor that the insurance company agrees with you would be appropriate. You have access to global banking. You have total asset protection.